An iconic piece of the downtown Grand Rapids skyline is lighting up the city in a whole new way. You may have noticed a new colorful display atop the McKay Tower recently. The restored dome now lights up every night in different colors. It's just part of a big overhaul the outside of the building has undergone in the last few months. This morning, we wanted an up-close look at that dome. So we sent Matt Kirkwood 227 feet up. He joins us now live from on top of the McKay Tower. Hi, Matt. How you doing up there?
Yeah, right now in downtown Grand Rapids, I'm really high. I'm on the 16th floor in the McKay Towers right now, and it really doesn't matter any direction you come in from downtown, whether it's from US 131, I-196 or 96, the first thing you see is the beautiful skyline of Grand Rapids. Now that skyline has changed, I believe changed for the better. The new owners of the McKay Towers has added something absolutely beautiful. Let's take a look at that. My photographer Dave Limbaugh is going to pan up to what is now a bulb or a sphere of 1,200 LED lights that you can essentially change at any color that they want. They can even put numbers in there, words in there, and it's quite amazing. And this is going to be a new fixture to the downtown skies here across West Michigan. So it's a really cool, spectacular view. And coming up in the next hour or so, I'm going to interview Chandra, who is one of the managers here at the McKay Towers, and she's going to give us more specifics. By the way, did you know, I didn't even know this, but until 1983, the McKay Towers was the tallest building between Detroit and Chicago. So this is quite a historic site, and we're going to give you an exclusive inside view of it coming up. I'm Storm Team 8 meteorologist Matt Kirkwood, downtown Grand Rapids. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Matt. Did you see the 8 that was going around on the top up there?
Yeah, it was cool.
That was pretty cool.
Very cool.
They've been able to put that sort of thing up there. The idea is that they're going to be able to put other things up there too. Writing, words,
whatever, our prize.
Yeah, maybe. McKay, you saw the McKay probably too. Kind of cool stuff.
A piece of the downtown Grand Rapids skyline is lighting up the city in a whole new way. You may have noticed a new colorful display atop the McKay Tower recently. The restored dome now lights up every night in different colors. It's just part of a big overhaul the outside of the building has undergone in the last few months. And so this morning, we wanted an up-close look at that dome. So we sent Matt Kirkwood 227 feet up. He joins us now live from the very top of the McKay Tower and is standing under that dome. Matt?
Well, the skyline of downtown Grand Rapids over the course of the past several decades has been kind of going through a metamorphosis, growing, and this is just the latest addition. I'm standing right on the 18th floor of the McKay Tower here in downtown Grand Rapids, and here, voila, is the newest addition. We have a beautiful dome lit up with 1,200 LED lights amidst this, what will turn out to be a beautiful sunrise this morning, and it's absolutely gorgeous out here right now. It's currently showing a little bit of orange out there. I've seen every different color manageable, and it looks like this is just one more icons that you see as you enter West Michigan, whether on US 131, I-196 or 96. This is just one of the latest additions to what has already become a beautiful site here in downtown Grand Rapids. Now coming up, I'm going to interview the Director of Operations. She's allowed us to this 18th floor. I guess this is very exclusive. I believe we're the first people invited to the 18th floor for this exhibition. We're going to interview her coming up in just a moment, so stay with us. I'm Storm Team 8 meteorologist Matt Kirkwood, live in the heart of downtown Grand Rapids.
Now that's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
And Matt's a really lucky guy.
Yeah.
He's been on top of the River House condos, and now he's on top of McKay Tower there for the cool lights that are going around there. And that display just went on about a week ago, and it's really cool. They actually they can put like icons and that sort of thing, and words up there now.
Sure. You saw the 8 earlier?
Yeah, they had an 8 going around there earlier. They can do any kind of color they really want to. They had McKay Tower going around it as well. Matt's going to be finding out more information about what they're going to be doing with all these lights.
I love it. Great
cool
assignment,
stuff.
Matt. Yeah. It's 6:21. There's something new and bright shining over the Grand Rapids skyline, the improved McKay Tower.
Hundreds of light bulbs now cover the dome, and we wanted to get a look at it up close and personal. So we sent 24-hour News 8's meteorologist Matt Kirkwood straight to the top for an exclusive look at the whole thing, and that's where he joins us now this morning on the very top. Matt.
Yeah, you're not kidding, Brett. As a matter of fact, just last hour between the 5 and the 6 o'clock time frame, we are only on the 16th floor, but now we have super secret exclusive access thanks to Chandra Dirks, who is Director of Operations in the McKay Tower here in the heart of downtown Grand Rapids. And you probably have noticed driving around town or just looking up, there's just a beautiful display of lights on top of the McKay Tower. And Chandra is here to explain kind of why they decided to take on this project. Now, I know this is a very old building. Back in 1926, it was 16 stories, and they decided to add another 2 stories back in 1945. So being an old building, it needed a lot of work. Why did you decide to take on this project?
Well, my family and I are all from Grand Rapids, and we love McKay Tower. We thought it was a great part of the history of Grand Rapids, and so we kind of wanted to give back to Grand Rapids and use our talents and our passions and try and redo the building.
Now, what kind of tenants do you have? Office space in here? Like, what can you expect in the McKay Towers?
Currently, we have office space, retail space, and we have residents on the 15th floor. So we're building out 2 apartments currently that will be for lease soon, and we have 2 that are currently leased.
Okay, now this is a very special project that started, well, you can tell me when it started, but the lights here is just absolutely phenomenal. Can you tell us about this lighted dome?
Yes, we started this back in late in 2012. We just finished it within the last month or 2. All the lights are done. There's 1,200 lights. We're still working on the programming of it. We redid the whole structural steel. OAK and Ada Electric helped us with the whole installation of the new dome.
Now, are there any limitations to lights? Multiple colors? Can you use signage? I believe I saw a Wood TVA logo earlier.
Yes. We can do almost anything. The sky is the limit. The only thing that we've had a hard time with doing is long sentences. We can do words and phrases and logos. I mean, literally almost anything.
Well, it's absolutely beautiful. Thanks for joining us this morning. And this is just one more landmark in downtown Grand Rapids to light up the sky. We will be able to enjoy it from years and years to come. Gorgeous view this morning out there. Sunrise is now coming up. I'm Storm Team 8 meteorologist Matt Kirkwood live on top of the McKay Tower.
I just love it. It's awesome.
It's such a cool assignment to get to go up there. And I mean, that light display is really incredible.
It is.
It does change the skyline of Grand Rapids. You know, and as Matt was talking about earlier in the 6 o'clock hour here, how the skyline of Grand Rapids has changed dramatically over the recent years here, and this is just a new addition to it. When you come into town, it really gives that kind of a big sparkle to it.
You're going to see it.
Yep, no doubt about it.
We're giving you a look at the Grand Rapids skyline that you'll only see here on daybreak. You may have noticed a new colorful display atop the McKay Tower recently. The restored dome now lights up every night in different colors. They can also put messages and logos on it. In fact, this morning, they even put our logo on it. It's just part of a big overhaul the outside of the building has undergone in the last few months. So we sent Matt Kirkwood 227 feet up to give you an up-close look at that dome. He joins us now live with a view that you'll only see here on 8. Hi, Matt.
And at that 220 plus feet, we have an absolutely perfect view of the sunrise this morning. You can see a little bit of haze in the distance out there, but nonetheless, this is a meteorological dream on a gorgeous morning to have this kind of vantage point. Between 5 and 6 o'clock, we're only on the lowly 16th floor, but now we have exclusive access to the 18th floor on top of the McKay Tower, and the reason why is to show off this beauty. You know, the Empire State Building, they have their special lights, but downtown Grand Rapids does as well. And this is the latest addition to the Skyline here in downtown Grand Rapids. It's a dome that sits on top of the McKay Tower with 1,200 LED lights that can essentially turn into any color, and they can put signage up here as well, different wording, and blink at different sequences. So this is really a cool thing. And here we are on top of the 18th floor, McKay Towers. Beautiful morning here across West Michigan, and Terry's going to have more on the latest in the forecast coming up. I'm Storm Team 8 meteorologist Matt Kirkwood live in downtown Grand Rapids.